This next presentation will cover the forms and trainings required to participate as a Technical Review Committee member. To begin service as a Technical Review Committee member, there are 5 items that must be completed this year. They include the Conflict of Interest form, the Statement of Economic Interest, also known as the Form 700, which must be completed within 30 days of beginning your state service, and again 30 days after your state service ends. You will receive emails from South Tech Hosting regarding these forms. The TRC Form 700 Filer Agreement, Ethics Training, and the Sexual Harassment Prevention Training titled Maintaining a Respectful Work Environment, Eeo Compliance. Although you may see different due dates in the materials you receive, CDFA requires that all forms and trainings be completed by Monday, November 7th. The Conflict of Interest form and Form 700 Filer Agreement forms will be sent to you via email by CDFA. Please complete, sign, and return the forms by email to grants@cdfa.ca.gov. By signing the Conflict of Interest form, you are committing to serve as a member on the 2023 SCBGP Technical Review Committee and agreeing to disclose any conflicts of interest. Although we do our best to identify possible conflicts of interest as we assign projects for review, ultimately, we rely on you to screen all of the proposals you have been assigned for any possible conflicts of interest you may have. It is important to notify CDFA of any conflicts of interest as soon as possible. As a reminder, a few sources of conflict include if you have helped develop a proposal or you will be involved in a project, if a proposal was submitted by your employer or another organization you are affiliated with, if you or a family member could benefit financially from the project, if there are any other factors that could prevent you from conducting an impartial review of a proposal. We encourage you to screen all of your assigned proposals within the next week so that you can let us know of any conflicts right away. In addition, by signing the Conflict of Interest form, you are agreeing not to disclose any information that you have access to because of your role as a reviewer. You should not discuss any details about the content of the proposals or reviewer scores and feedback with anyone outside of the Technical Review Committee meeting. This includes both reviewers and non-reviewers. It is especially important that you do not discuss proposals where you have a conflict of interest. Attempting to influence the scoring of proposals where you, your family, or your employer could benefit is considered a serious ethics violation. Complete the form by selecting the Specialty Crop Block Grant Program from the drop-down menu, filling in your personal information, and entering an official electronic or e-signature. Note that the e-signature must be official. Forms with a name typed in the signature box will be returned. Once completed, return the form via email to grants@cdfa.ca.gov. Be sure to read this form carefully to make sure you understand the requirements. If you have any questions about what constitutes a conflict of interest, please feel free to contact us. The remaining 3 items each TRC member is required to complete and upload will be coordinated through the eDisclosure system hosted by South Tech Hosting. These include the Statement of Economic Interest, Form 700, sometimes referred to as the Assuming Office Form, the Ethics Training, and the Sexual Harassment Prevention Training, also known as the Maintaining a Respectful Work Environment, EEO Compliance. CDFA will add all the Technical Review members to the eDisclosure system. The website will consolidate many functions into one location. CDFA may occasionally send supplemental emails regarding trainings as needed. However, most of our emails regarding the Form 700 Assuming Office, Ethics, and Sexual Harassment Prevention trainings will come from South Tech Hosting. The Form 700 Assuming Office will be completed on the eDisclosure system. Note that the Ethics and Sexual Harassment Prevention trainings will be completed on websites other than eDisclosure. TRC members will be required to upload certificates of completion from these trainings into their eDisclosure account. Certificates of completion should not be submitted to CDFA via mail or email. However, if you are experiencing issues uploading documents, please feel free to contact us and we will be happy to assist. Once added to the eDisclosure system, you will receive a series of emails that explain how to access these 3 remaining requirements, which include specific instructions and links for how to proceed to complete them. The first email you will receive will congratulate you on your appointment as a Technical Review Committee member and include a list of the 3 requirements that will be coordinated through the eDisclosure system, which are the Form 700, Ethics and Sexual Harassment Prevention Training. In addition, it will provide instructions that include specific requirements for each and indicate where additional help can be found, including links to references. It will also provide information about logging into or creating a new account in the eDisclosure system. If you have used the eDisclosure system to file a Form 700 in the past, you can use your existing password to log in. However, if you are a new Form 700 filer, this email will refer you to a second email which will provide you with links and instructions for setting up what the South Tech hosting system calls an eDisclosure account. This is what the eDisclosure homepage looks like. New filers should enter the login ID and the temporary password provided in the second email and follow the instructions to complete the new account setup. After you have logged in or created a new account, you can navigate to the current filings page using the menu on the left side of the screen. Note that this menu also includes helpful, easy to understand user guides and video tutorials should you need them. In addition, the system can be accessed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This page will list the items that reviewers will need to complete. This is also where you will access and complete the Statement of Economic Interest, Form 700, assuming office and leaving office. The Statement of Economic Interest, Form 700, is required by the California Fair Political Practices Commission. As a Technical Review Committee member who influences the funding decisions of the SCBGP, you are required, as mentioned before, to file the Form 700 both when assuming and leaving office. The Form 700 must be filed within 30 days of the date you assumed your position as a Technical Review Committee member. The official start date for the 2023 SCBGP is Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. The deadline to complete your Form 700 assuming office and other necessary trainings is Monday, November 7th, 2022. Please be aware that if you do not file by this date, you will receive a non-filer notification indicating that the Government Code Section 91013 imposes a $10 fine per day up to a maximum of $100. In an effort to avoid these fines, South Tech Hosting will send email reminders as the deadline approaches. To complete the Form 700 in the eDisclosure system, check the box in the Form 700 line and click the Start Filing Now button. If you have any questions while you are filing the Form 700, we encourage you to view the Filer video tutorial located under Video Tutorials in the menu on the left side of the screen. You can also email Office of Grants Administration directly. The ethics training is required by the Department of Justice Attorney General's Office and is provided by the Department of Justice website. You will receive an email with links and instructions specifically for this training. You may access the Department of Justice website via the link in the email or through the eDisclosure system by clicking on the Ethics Orientation for State Officials link in the menu on the left side of the screen. Reviewers should anticipate spending 1.5 to 2.5 hours to complete the program. The training must be completed once every 2 years and must not expire before May 2023. Please remember that the deadline to complete this training is Monday, November 7th. This is the entry page for the California State Ethics Training. If you have taken your training before, you can log into your account with your email address and password. If this is your first time completing the ethics training, you will need to create a new account. For returning reviewers from last year who have already completed the ethics course, you will not need to retake this training. The eDisclosure system will already have your ethics training certificate stored. If you did complete the ethics training last year for the SCBGP and believe you were mistakenly sent an email requesting to complete this training again, please contact us and we will assist you in rectifying this issue. Please note that there are a number of sections within the ethics training that must be completed. Even if you are not prompted to complete these sections, you are responsible for locating them and completing each one in order successfully complete the program. These sections are listed in the ethics training email that you will receive from South Tech Hosting. We recommend having that email handy as you go through the training. If a filer submits an incomplete ethics certificate, it will be forwarded to the Department of Justice's Attorney General's office with a request to audit the filer's training. If found to be incomplete, the entire training will need to be repeated. If you have completed the ethics training already through another employer and it is valid through May 2023, it must show all of the required sections in order to be accepted. When completed, print your certificate of completion, sign it, and upload it to the eDisclosure system. I'll review how to do that in just a moment. The final training requirement is a sexual harassment prevention training. Effective January 1st, 2019, California requires harassment prevention training for individuals who make decisions on behalf of and recommendations that impact both the department and various other entities. As such, you are required to take a harassment prevention training class that meets the California state requirements. You will receive an email with links and instructions specifically for this training. The training is offered through the CDFA Online University, which cannot be accessed through the eDisclosure system. Reviewers should anticipate spending 1 hour to complete this program. The training must be completed once every 2 years and must not expire before May 2023. As a reminder, the deadline to complete this training is November 7th, 2022. An exemption from this training may be made for technical review committee members that have attended training from one of the listed entities and has a certificate of completion that does not expire before May 2023. Approval will be made on a case-by-case basis by filing officials from CDFA. If you have completed training from one of these entities, please upload your certificate of completion into the eDisclosure system for review. The filing official will notify you whether or not the certificate or the training has been accepted. Please note that the time spent on the training should be listed on the certificate being uploaded. This is the entry page for the CDFA Online University, where you will find the Sexual Harassment Prevention Training, also titled Maintaining a Respectful Work Environment EEO Compliance Training. If you have used the system before, you can log in with your existing username and password. If you are new to the system, click the Sign Up button to create a new account. When creating a new account, after clicking the Sign Up button, you will be taken to the Sign Up page. You will need to enter board committee members for the enrollment key name, then click Sign Up. When you get to the Sign Up page, simply enter your first and last name, email address, and create a password. Select Administrative Services for the division from the drop-down menu, and then click Sign Up to create an account. Once you have completed either the ethics training and/or the sexual harassment prevention training, you will need to upload your certificates into the eDisclosure system. In order to do this, click on the Current Filings button in the menu on the left side of the screen. Then click which certificate you would like to upload. For this example, we will walk you through the steps of uploading the ethics training certificate. Check the box on the ethics certificate line and click Start Filing Now. In order to upload your certificate, on this page, you will enter the date of completion, the training agency, which for ethics training is the Department of Justice, and the length of training. Once you click on the Browse button, you will be able to locate and upload your ethics certificate. Once the certificate has been uploaded, you can then click Finalize, which should complete the Form 700 process. If there are any issues or discrepancies, an email from South Tech Hosting will be sent to the individual. If there are any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to the grants team. Finally, CDFA maintains a Technical Review Committee resource portal website with helpful information. The web address is noted at the bottom of this slide. We encourage you to add it to your favorites or your bookmarks in your web browser so you can get to it easily. Most importantly, at the top of the website, you will find our email address and phone number. If you ever have any questions, we are available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You will also find links to a recording of this webinar should you want to review it again. The 2023 RFCP and other SCBGP materials you will need to reference in order to review your assigned concept proposals are located there as well. There will also be a link to Amplifund, the system you'll use to access and submit your reviews. The next presentation will cover the Amplifund system. Last but not least, you will find the TRC schedule, which highlights the review time and important dates that you will want to make sure to add to your calendar.